Hey guys, Bromanviper here, and we are back with a brand new video. And today we are going to be teaching you guys how to make an obby in Roblox Studio. So we're gonna start off with a base plate. Now, this helps you learn the basics of Roblox Studio, building tools, and movement. So, yeah. So first of all, we're not going to delete the base plate. We're going to insert. I'm going to go into the toolbox and insert an NPC. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is using free models. Well, actually, if I grab this, it's only for the NPC. The NPC is so I can see what size to make my in-game objects. Like, let's say I made a door, and I made the doorway this big, and I thought this was the right size, but I didn't have this guy here to help me. So then I test it out, and I can't go through the doorway because it's way too small. That's what this guy's for. So, yeah. Alright, so we're going to start off the obby by just making some standard jumps. We're going to make some jumps. Let's change the size of this to... let's change it to 5 by 1 by 5. Just make some jumps. We're going to color this, we'll color it pink. We'll make them different colors. But let's make some jumps. So we're just going to go here. We'll duplicate that by using Control D. Move it around. Maybe over here. We'll color this one red. Maybe you'll copy both of these, duplicate them, and rotate them. Let's move them over here. Let's do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We'll move this one over here and up. How about that? So we just made a simple, basic obby stage. Alright, but before we do that, we're going to make our base platform for starting. We'll make it white. And we're going to make our end platform, which we'll color a gray. So we have our start and our end. So what's going to happen now if we try to play it? Everything's going to fall to the ground. Now, a lot of people have this issue that everything just falls straight to the ground. It won't work. That's because they're unanchored. So you're going to want to get everything and just anchor it. There you go. Move that guy out of the way. So now, if we play it right here, we can actually play our obby. And there we go. So this is just one simple little obby stage. Quickly I made. Obviously, you can do much more detailed things, but for your first time trying this out, I recommend just going with simple builds, just to explore and figure things out by yourself. Just to have fun in Roblox Studio, because the way you get better is by practicing and just doing simple stuff and just practicing difficult stuff. It'll help you get much better at building and game making in general. So we made a basic obby stage, right? But when we start the game, if we start the game normally, we're gonna land somewhere out here. And what if this base plate was gone? We'd just fall to our death. We want to start here. Well, to start here, we're going to add a spawn location. Now, we're going to add a spawn location. So we can just click here in model and insert a spawn. And I'm going to make this a little smaller. Spawns are different than checkpoints, by the way. They're very different. So I'm going to delete the icon on here, and we'll just make this, we'll make it yellow to signify a spawn. We'll make this blue just to make it more colorful, but yellow to signify spawn. So now when we hit play, we're going to spawn on the yellow. Like I was saying, now we have our spawn. And now when we just play test the game, we will spawn on here, which is really nice. But let's say I get to here and I reset. Let's say I reset. I should spawn here, right? Since I got here. Well, no, I'm actually going to spawn back here. And that is what checkpoints are for. Checkpoints are different than spawns. Well, you can make a checkpoint using a spawn. So if there's multiple different ways you can make checkpoints. You can use a team method or a last spawn touched method. I personally, for beginners, like to use the last spawn touched method, which is I really like for beginners. But if you we're gonna do the last spawn touched method. But if you want to learn the team method, I'll link a video to that in the description. So you want to have checkpoints. Now checkpoints involve a little bit of scripting. Alright, so I've actually inserted this checkpoint that Roblox has conveniently made for you. Roblox has a checkpoint that they have made for people trying to make their first Obby or Roblox game. It's very helpful of Roblox. And for checkpoints, I'm going to make it visible, very visible, because if the player doesn't step on it, we'll be in trouble because they'll just get sent back. We're actually going to make it a little smaller. And we'll make it a color of safety. We'll make it a light blue, just to signify that is a safe brick to touch. We're going to actually make this not bright red. We're going to make it brown just to signify it's a safe brick. And now what'll happen is if I play it here, of course I'm going to start at my spawn. I'm going to go here. And I touch this. Now what happens is when I touch it, it's going to put me there because it's the last thing I touched. So if I reset, let's say I die up here or something, I should go directly back to this. For some reason I was right here, but still, it works. Now, but wherever you want the start of your obby to be, you want to spawn, not a checkpoint. But for each stage after that, you're going to have a checkpoint. So start with the spawn at the beginning and use a checkpoint. Now, we'll go into this checkpoint right here, but checkpoint is just this script. Now, I am not gonna make you guys write all this, if you're a beginner at making an obby. Okay, math not random, but, I will link you the Roblox, model for it in the description of this video. I've actually pulled up this right here, so I'm going to give you a link to this in the comments or in the description. I will do both just to make sure you get this link. So you can, so this is how you can get this imported into your game. Once you get to this page, by the link I'm going to send you, let's copy that right now. You're going to hit this button. You're going to hit get. Get now. It's completely free. Completely free, made by Roblox to help you. You're going to go back to your Roblox Studio. You're going to open your toolbox. Go hit this little these four things, which puts you into your inventory, and it's going to be right here if it's the latest thing you've downloaded. And here it is, the default checkpoint. You can resize it, of course, and scale it to how you want. So, that's pretty simple. But, checkpoints, pretty simple, because Roblox has already made them for you. Unless you want a more complicated, better looking checkpoint system, you really don't need to make your own checkpoints. But for beginners, I just like to do this, but in future, I would recommend attempting to make your own checkpoint. Maybe watch a tutorial like you're doing right now. But let's make another stage. Let's add a tightrope or a tight wire. So we're gonna copy this checkpoint, duplicate it, and move it over here with Control D. And let's add in a part right here just to be. We'll just make a little tightrope. So move it like this. How about like this? Make a little tightrope wire. And we'll make a duplicate and just do this. How about we'll make it go over here a little bit. Go over here. And how about it goes just like this. By the way, what I'm doing is when I copy these, I'm hitting Control and D. You can also right click and hit duplicate, and the duplicate appears inside if your collisions are off. I recommend turning collisions off. And then we'll just add one of these. And there we go. Beautiful. So I'm going to make sure these are anchored. These are not anchored yet, so you're going to want to anchor these up. And we'll play the game. So now we have our standard brick jumps. Now we hit our checkpoint. And we have our tightrope, which I would have died if I fell off. And there we go. I am on here. So if I reset, I should appear on this checkpoint. Or near it. And bam, I appeared right on this checkpoint. There we go. Well, now that you guys know the basics of making a simple obby, I am going to teach you one more thing. Lava jumps. Now, this part will require scripting, but it's very minimal. So, here, let's take a look at something someone else has made. So I know how to do this, but I'm going to look at it by the perspective of someone else. So I'm going to go to View and open the toolbox, and I'm going to go into other people's models and search up laser, because pretty much same thing as lava jumps. And this one is very highly rated, and it's just a simple laser jump like we're going to make. So here it is, and it requires a script. Let me get this out of here. This is a very simple script. If you guys really want to make your own, you can copy this and type it in. The green stuff you do not need to copy, okay? But the rest you do. I'll put this script in the comment section. I'll pin it as the comment. So what this basically is telling the brick is that this is a function. So so local is making a variable. You know what, this isn't a scripting video. Just copy the script to make a lava jump. It's a pretty small script. You don't need to copy these two. I'll put this script in the description. So we have our lava jump. This one's a very good one made by someone else. So if you really wanted to, you can use this exact one from the toolbox. Because the toolbox, you can use free models sometimes. I mean, it's not a horrible thing to do. But if it's like a really big model or something, you should try to make it yourself at least. But since this stuff is so simple, if you just want to get it done quick, you can use the toolbox. But make sure it's a trustworthy free model. We'll just make some lava jumps, and we'll copy this and move it just like that. Just let's test it out. Brick jumps. Tight wire, kind of loophole right there. And then lava jumps. And you do die on these. There you go. But we don't want this base plate here. So we're going to delete the base plate. Delete that. We're going to play the game now. And there we go. That's pretty... Wow, I did really bad there. But there you go. That's pretty simple. And, I actually have a question for all of you guys today. My question for you guys today, reply in the comments, is... My throat is dry. Alright. My question for you guys to leave in the comment section is... What kind of computer are you making games on? Is it... what operating system? Windows, Windows 7, Windows 10, Mac. Just wondering what most people use for Roblox game development. I think it's Windows, but I'm not sure, so just wondering. But yeah. So there's our basic obby. And if I fall off, I'll just fall. Now, sometimes you don't want people to fall that far because it takes a long time for them to respawn. Well, a way to fix this issue, because you fall so long, you can actually take this, make a copy of it, and make it really big. Okay, nope. Make it really big. Make it as big as your entire obby. And, stop. Make it as big as your entire obby. And anchor it. Make sure it's anchored. Make sure it's that same laser model right here. You made it bigger. And, uncheck can collide. And then go up here into transparency and make it all the way up. So now there's a massive part right here. We're just going to play the game. So now if, oops, we fall off the edge, we'll be killed then and we'll respawn much faster. Which is really nice. But that's pretty much how you start off making an obby or an obbies. You can always add more obstacles. The checkerboard patterns are these same things, but you just make them into squares and make them checkerboards like this. Like this, and you make them checkerboards. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for this video, I think, yeah. Because that, this is basically how to make a very basic beginner's obby. Very basic. But, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like on the video. It really helps me out a lot. And it helps get more viewers to help support my channel. Because, if you can't tell, I'm not getting many viewers right now. So, if you guys could support me by leaving a like or maybe subscribing to the channel. And, thank you guys for watching the whole way through. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.